And before we get into the steps and setting everything up, you're only going to get good at sales if you do a lot of sales calls. So Alex Ramosi just tweeted about the same thing. 10,000 cold calls will teach you more about sales than any book will. And this is so true. There's so much content out there, this guide included, which will give you some tips and tricks and how to make your life easier when you're doing sales. But at the end of the day, you're only going to get good at this if you actually do sales calls. So the most important thing is to build yourself an outreach engine to fill your pipeline with leads. When starting out, you should do everything you can to get at least one sales call a day. Set that as a benchmark and then get better from there. Keep improving and optimizing your sales process on the feedback that you're getting from the calls. And this is our step-by-step guide we used in our agency to book 1 to 10 meetings daily. And the link is in the description and also in the document. But this is the exact same outreach engine we built for ourselves with all the numbers, all the tools. Just follow this. If you don't have any experience, start with this, set this up first, start reaching out to people, and then start working on the sales process. It makes no sense to start working on the sales process before you're actually getting leads. And this is what I noticed a lot when teaching other people cold email or closing. There's so many things you can do, right? It's overwhelming. So instead of doing everything and looking a couple of months in the future, focus on what you need right now. If you don't have any demos in your calendar, why would you start creating and working on a sales process? You need to fix that part, getting demos on your calendar. When you see the demo for tomorrow, then you're like, oh shit, I need to start working on a sales process. Then you get the motivation and you're much more likely to actually build something. And of course, it's not going to be as good in the beginning, but start with one step. Just build the lead gen engine, set this up first, and then start working on the sales process. Also remember that outreach and sales has at least 1 to 2 month lag. All the accounts you're going to set up and the campaigns you create today will start getting you meetings in 2 to 4 weeks. It's not going to be instant. They're going to warm up the accounts, you're going to send them out. It's going to be a lot of testing in the beginning to figure out what works. In 2 or 4 weeks, you're going to start getting meetings. And then once you get those meetings, they're not going to close straight away. It's going to take 1 to 4 weeks minimum to start getting closes and getting money in the bank account. Once you get the system rolling, it gets much, much easier. But you need to be willing to keep hustling for at least 1 to 2 months with minimal gains. And this is the main reason why most people won't do it and give up after a week or two. So I think pretty much everybody has felt this when you try to go to a gym, when you try a diet. You can do it for a couple of weeks, like easily. You can motivate yourself, but then you're not really seeing the gains, and then everything else seems like more lucrative. You're gonna try this system right now. Maybe you're pumped, you're ready, like you're willing to do it. You do it for 2 weeks and haven't done any closes, and then you tweet about something new, some new system, and you give up. And that's the reason why many people fail. And I've had the same thing, jumping between different strategies, different courses, instead of focusing on just one thing and making it happen. I remember with our instantly partner Nils, we were in Georgia last year, and when we started the agency, I think it was 1 2 months after we started the agency, and we've only had like a couple of closes, and we're already on the board like, hey, should we do this? Like, should we try something new? But for whatever reason, we said like, no, let's keep pushing. It's going to be a lag. But if we keep pushing, we just focus on this. We don't do anything else. We just focus on sales. Let's see what happens. And we agreed to focus at least a couple of more months on it. And then the next month after that was our best month. It was literally just, it was lagging. All the work we did in the months before then started catching up. So if you ever feel like it's not going to work, give it an extra 2 months and then see. If it doesn't work after you've tried it for 3 or 4 months, full time, you've given all your effort, then yes, maybe this is not for you. But don't give up easily. That's how most people fail. Just step by step, build outreach engine, then start working on the sales process. Then you're going to start seeing the results. Okay, let's get into the next video.